Hi guys, and welcome back to another video, and this one is all about branding yourself. I'm going to share some steps you can take to help build your own brand. It's mainly focused towards music artists and bands, but any sort of freelance creative could hopefully find value in this as well. Enjoy! So we all know that in order to build an online presence and to increase your fan base as much as you can possibly do without investing money or having a label or hiring anyone is to build a brand. It helps people connect with you. It's a visual representation of your music. It's just pretty necessary at this time, 2020, to have that. Okay, I'm going to jump right in. Step 1, find your musical style. So initially you'll need to find your own musical style and your audience and have a really good idea of who your audience is and who's listening to your music. This will obviously develop and evolve over time, and it may happen really authentically and just like that. But it may not. It may take some digging, and you might have to just keep writing songs, keep practicing, keep rehearsing, and eventually, however long it takes, that style will form. But just make sure you've found that and make sure you're really happy with it and it feels like you and it feels authentic before you move on. Step 2. Decide on your message and values. So what message are you telling through your songs or lyrics, and what are your values? So what do you care about? Because all this will become a part of your identity that will then make it easier to convey yourself and your music to your audience. And these values or message will be one of the things that is consistent throughout your brand and will just help to develop it and sort of is a piece of the pie. So just dig a little deep and try and find out what you care about or what is the main sort of theme throughout your songs. There may obviously be multiple themes, but there should be sort of some defining elements that tie it all together and come from deep within you. Step 3. Decide on your image and aesthetic. I've done some videos on this previously, which I'll link below. One explains how I personally develop this for a band or artist, but an image is something that, again, it will need to be consistent and it will need to be authentic. So it needs to be sort of decided on at the beginning, and then it will develop and evolve as you grow. So your styling should be, so the styling would define what you wear for photo shoots, album covers, on stage. So this should again come from what you like to wear and just be developed. So what I do personally with bands and artists is basically bring out what is already in there and just help them to sort of communicate that to other people. So consistent visuals will include all the graphics, so fonts, color palette, styling and outfit, stage design, album covers and videos, and obviously like press photo shoots and any sort of promo posters, merch, all that stuff. But yeah, I will link the video I did down below, which goes into more detail in all these sort of areas. Step 4. Communication. Make sure that all communication you have with your audience, whether it's on or offline, is consistent with you and your brand values. So this would include copy on promo posts, copy on social media posts, how you interact with fans you meet after gigs, how you interact with fans in like the comment sections. Just make sure that you have a tone of voice and it's yours and it's consistent. In order to develop this, I would look at your song lyrics and how you obviously naturally speak to people. Like if you're sweary, that's fine. If your brand is sweary, that's okay. If it's not, then if you're very, say, child-friendly and sort of a little bit more formal, then obviously make sure that that is portrayed accurately in your copyright and in all your forms of communication. 5. Social media. Pick 2 channels to focus on. I've talked about this loads and I'll link some videos below which again touch on this subject. But basically decide which 2 social media channels are a good fit for you, your brand and your audience, and focus on those because it's too difficult to maintain a million different channels. So the main points to consider here are what your skills and personality are like outside of music. So whether you're a keen photographer or whether you like chatting to a camera, etc., that would help you determine which platforms to choose and also where most of your audience is. So they are some things that you can figure out. See my social media video for more info on that. 6, understand your fan base. So this one sort of comes as a bit of a balancing act between making sure that your brand is built from authentic values from within you and also that you understand your fan base. So there's got to be some kind of balance between those and you have to understand each of those in a lot of depth. So you basically have to balance between giving your fans what they want and staying true to yourself, because you've got nothing if you're not true to yourself. I know that sounds really cliche, but your brand has to be built authentically from you, otherwise it won't work. Embrace thy natural self. 7, tell your story. All good social media and marketing and branding comes from storytelling. So let people get to know you. Explain your journey from how you started to where you got where you are now. It just lets people get to know you. It allows people to connect with you, relate to you, prompts people to ask questions to you, and also they then feel invested in your journey. If they know how far you've come and they get to know that story as well as you do, then they're invested in your future then, and they're more likely to keep up to date with what you're doing and obviously connect with your music. Okay, so they are all my steps to building a brand for yourself. Let me know if you want me to go into more depth in any individual element, or if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Hi, I'm just popping in while editing for a last minute point. I feel like this video can be summarized in 3 points. 1, figure out what you are about and who you are. 2, be consistent. 3, be authentic. You're welcome. If you do need individual help in this area, then please contact me and I will be happy to help. Or if you want more extensive help with sort of the design and visual side of things, then also contact me and I will also help, because I do have space to take on one-to-one clients in those areas as well. Good luck! See you next time!